Wednesday with your weekly stock market video review. What we have here is US Corp Steel, ticker is X. We have a downward trending resistance line here. It's put in a very nice little doji, a little change of direction there. So obviously you're going to have to use a stop order if you're going to trade that. Let's clear the zoom. One thing to be aware of though is the stock has been lower now than it ever has been within the last year. Let's look at the last 3 years. Pretty much the same. So it has come down. Just to be aware of that, obviously then it could come back up and then go back down again. So yep, as far as an entry point goes, no major issues with that. And we have INTC. That's India November Tango Charlie. And we have a downward trending resistance line here. Bounce, 24-ish, 21. I mean, you do have a slightly upward trending support line here as well, which I would be aware of. More for sort of profit taking than maybe getting out totally, but I would want to take some profit on that trade as well. Okay, so if you're going to trade this, obviously you're going to have to use a stop order. It put in an update there, so you'll be looking for your stop entry point just below here, and your take profit just above here. Sorry, your stop loss we're talking about. And I would be clear zoom. I'd be aware of obviously that support line as an area of support. Funny that, and yeah. Ratios will be important on that one though. Then we have HTCO. Again, a downward trending stock here. It's put in a nice short little day there. We do have a short-term upward trending support line here as well. So don't be surprised to see these stocks come down to that support line and go back up. But the longer-term trend is obviously down. The stock has moved quite significantly off that resistance line. But notice how really over the last sort of few months, since really I would say maybe even since the beginning of Jan, the stock is not as aggressive as it used to be. Okay, it used to move very aggressive here. So that just gives you an illustration of a kind of change of personality there. I prefer things a lot more docile. Then we have SEM, which is a downward trending resistance line here. Your mid trade there, I don't see a reason to take that trade. It's mid-range, so it's not something that interests me right now. Then we have BCOR, and this is a stock that's got a pretty decent line of resistance around about the 1772 mark. Excuse me. It's got the resistance line it's come up to, but this is what concerns me here. When you have a gap up with a stock like this, there's obviously people expecting there to be some resistance around about this mark here. It's gapped up and then it's consolidated, but normally what we find on this is there is still obviously a lot of momentum around it here, and it can actually take out a lot of these entry points and then continue going up north there. So I'd be very hesitant to take a trade off a stock that has gapped up, because of obviously there's all that additional momentum there. So possibly I saved you some money with that. Then we have HCSG, which is a stock we discussed a while back on one of the webinars. Upward trending support line, bounce. We've only got 2 bounces though, so not sure why that isn't in here. Then we have HOVNP, which is an upward trending stock. Obviously, the highs are getting higher as well. Highs are getting higher until the last couple of months, but the stock is in a relatively nice upward trending channel there. Again, ratios are going to be important on that one. Then we have LTD. Resistance line around about the 5260 mark. It's only on the 3rd bounce. I mean, that's a marginal bounce there. But this is too big a day. What happened yesterday, there's still a lot of momentum around it, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it break up here and actually continue going north. It's risen pretty aggressively over the last few months. So yeah, if I wanted to take a trade, then I would be very very hesitant. Well, I'll be looking for a better entry point because that is just a too big a day there. Obviously, it's hit the resistance line already, so you're going to want to use a stop order if you're trading it, and that is too much to risk right now. Looking for a better entry point on that could make you some pretty decent money there if it goes your direction, obviously. Then we have VRX, which again is an upward trending support line. It's come a little bit off the support. I'd maybe want it to pull back a little bit further and give me an entry point, and then I would be a lot happier to take that trade. So obviously ratio's got to be important on there as well. It has rallied up pretty aggressively. It's moved a lot, not aggressively, but it's moved quite substantially without huge aggressive moves, which is quite a nice sign there. But folks, I hope that's given you some good insight there, some nice looking trades and nice looking setups as well. So yeah, just do what you do your due diligence. Obviously, you'll work out your ratios and everything like that. And I'm actually presenting all of Friday and all of Saturday. So I'm going to battle to be able to get you a video. We'll do the express review on Friday. But if I get time, maybe on Sunday before the flight back, then I can possibly do that for you as well. But it certainly won't be straight away, and if I do get to do it, it'll be during the weekend, or certainly Sunday or maybe Monday as well. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful, folks. Speak to you soon. Keep up the great work. Cheers. Bye-bye.